Okay, guys, so today we're going to talk about just living life and our state of mind towards life and just how we do things. So I'll explain in a second. So it's just there's so much problems in our world, the way we live, and just every time, everywhere, there's half the people, more than most people are depressed chronically all the time, even if they're not to the depressed to the point where they just don't want to do anything. They're just not happy. They feel unfulfilled. And why? Because what do we do with our time? We go to work, we go to school, we come home, we do some school, we do some work at home, we clean some things, do some chores, we eat, maybe we'll hang out with some friends or family or things like that, and we'll watch some TV. This is not really a life. We're missing out on things. Life is so short. We shouldn't spend even a moment doing something yet we don't love to do. Okay? Anytime you're doing something that you dislike doing, you're wasting your life. You never know when you're gonna die. Okay? A lot of people think, well, I'll work for now, I'll have a miserable life now, but in few years then I'll be happy. I just got to get through this. I got to get through this schoolwork, or I got to get through this job thing, then I'll retire. I'll feel so good. I'll be happy. We continually postpone our happiness. We put it to the future. A lot of kids, they think, they work really hard in high school and they say, oh, I'm not enjoying this. I feel really depressed all the time. It's quite common. But I'm almost done this and then I'm done high school. They finish that, but then they're in college or university, and the trend continues. They're like, oh, I got to work through this, but after this, I'm almost done, and then I'll be great. And then they start their job, and then they start worrying, oh, okay, I'll be happy when I get my promotion, because then I'll be making more money. But then it keeps going and going to the point where they're like, oh, when I retire, that's when I'll be happy. And then by the time they retire, they feel, oh, I'm too old, I don't feel like doing anything. And that's where you waste your life. You need to slow down, stop thinking about the future, forget about the future in fact, and start preparing for the now. Start preparing for this moment and living your life to the fullest. That doesn't mean that you can't do your job or go to school or do chores at home. It means you don't put off being happy in this moment. You do those things if you want to. If you don't want to, and you really feel bad doing it, I would advise not to do it. But that's a different issue. But whatever you're doing, do it with full awareness of this moment and full joy and full happiness. And just live your life the way you're supposed to be lived. The way it's supposed to be lived. Forget about the past. That just brings grief and sadness and confusion. And forget about the future. That just brings worry and fear. Start living in this moment. This moment, when you connect with this moment, you're living life. You're connected with everything that's alive because nothing exists outside of this moment. The past doesn't exist anymore and the future hasn't come yet. None of these things exist. Only this moment exists, and that's where life is. And when you're not being there in terms of your mind and body, you're not living life. Stay in this moment. This is the number one thing that if you take every religious, spiritual text, wellness things, just motivational speaking, and you condense all of that into one sentence, live in the moment. Go with the flow of life. That's all you have to do. And you can accomplish anything. And you'll be surprised at how well you can accomplish it, no matter what you're doing. If you're trying to finish some homework or study, when you're fully in the moment without worrying about the test coming up or what you're going to eat for dinner or thinking about your vacation in a few weeks, if you just stay focused in that moment, you'll be able to work so much better. You'll be able to get so much work done. If you're working out, you want to build strong muscles, and you're watching TV while you work out, or you're thinking, what am I going to eat tonight? What am I going to do after this? Or this is not the best way to work out. You're not fully in the moment. You're not enjoying the workout. Your body is not being connected with. You're not connecting with your movements. And so you're not working properly. You're not living your life properly. I know I keep saying that, but that's just as simple as it is. Show me the past and the present. Show me the past and the future in this moment. They don't exist. So stop worrying about them and start preparing for the now, living in the now, this moment. And just slow down. Be aware of everything around you. The beauty that is everywhere. The trees all around you. The squirrels playing. The children laughing. Everything all around you is magical. It's amazing. It's life. Life is amazing. Life is joy. Life is love. And it's all in this moment. It's not in the future. Joy is not in the future. You can continually chase it, but you'll never catch it. I've heard this story that saying that happiness is like a butterfly. If you continually chase it, you'll most likely never catch it. But if you sit quietly, it's bound to, there's a chance that it just might land on you. So start being aware of everything around you. When you eat, don't think, oh, what am I going to do after this? Let me quickly eat this meal and then go, I got to go meet some friends, I got to go watch this program. No, enjoy the food. Feel it nourishing your body. Feel it blending with you. And just be aware of every bite. When you walk, be aware of every step. Be aware of all the birds singing around you. Be aware of all the people around you and all their different lives all in one spot together. It's an amazing life that we live in, and you can connect with it just by focusing on this moment and going with the flow. If something doesn't work out, don't worry about it. Move on to the next moment. If something bad has happened, forget about it. It's in the past. It doesn't exist anymore. Only this moment exists, and that's where you have to keep your attention. You just need to slow down. We breathe so fast all the time that we're so stressed about everything, and this shortens our lifespan considerably. If you want an easy way to strengthen your immune system, strengthen your overall health, do deep breathing. Remember to breathe. Focus on your breath and breathe deeply all the time. And you'll add so many years to your life. You'll never get sick anymore. You'll be so much happier all the time. And you'll never worry about anything. And everything will work out because of that. Because everything does work out in the end. If you don't worry about it. And you don't live your life in fear. Fear limits life. It's as simple as that. And when you eat, people eat so much. They're so unconscious of what they're eating that they overindulge constantly. You don't need that much food. Your stomach is actually about the size of your fist. I always thought that it was just this big thing in your center, just like that. But no, it's the size of your fist. Sure, it can expand, but it doesn't need to. If you can fill that fist, that's all the food your body needs. Instead of eating these giant meals 3 times a day, try eating 5 smaller meals a day. It'll work so much better. It's actually been proven that the less you eat, the longer you live. So these people that fast and things like that, it's not actually that bad. They actually end up living a lot longer. You can overdo it and make your body weak, but just going without a meal, it's not that bad. Or eating less. Lots of times for a meal, I'll just eat an apple. And I'm fine with that. I don't just sit around. I know if my body's malnourished or something like that, and it's not. It feels great and it's happy because it doesn't have to work at digesting this huge meal. It gets everything it needs just from that. You live so much longer if you eat less. How do you eat less? Be more conscious of your breathing. Take your time and understand your food. Don't just shove it all down, try to get to the next food or the next thing that you're doing. Take time, be aware of every bite. That'll slow down how much you eat, and you'll only eat as much as you need. And by eating less, you live longer, you end up eating more. So if you're saying, oh, well, I love food, you'll end up eating more in the long run, but in a different way. Okay? So the bottom line is, forget about the past and the future. Don't worry about them. You can plan things, but don't let them limit you from experiencing this moment. This moment is pure love and joy. That's all life is in the end. Connect with that. Trust me on it. Try it out and you'll see. You'll make a difference. Try, Harold, how about this? Try for 1 week to live completely in the moment. Don't worry about the past. Don't worry about the present. I mean the future. Well, don't worry about the present either. Don't worry about anything. Just live in the moment. Focus exactly on what's happening for 1 week. Try it. I mean, I doubt anyone could say that that'll cause any problems in 1 week. Try it out for 1 week and see. You'll find that life is so much easier and so much better. And you can get so much more done and so much more efficiently. And in the end, you'll live a lot longer. And not just longer, but happier. There'll be, people say, it's not about the years in your life, but the life in your years. But you'll have both. You'll have a lot of life in a lot of years in your life, if that makes any sense. You'll have a longer life, and just every ounce of it will be filled with so much excitement and fun. Just try it out. Okay, guys, talk to you soon. Have a great day.